We started this Lenten season back on Ash Wednesday. Remember the words. Remember, man, you are dust, and to dust you shall return. They ring in our ears, those words do, every year. Here we are on this fourth Sunday in Lent, and Jesus takes some of the dust of the earth, he mixes it with a little bit of life-giving water and makes a clay paste, which he then smears on the eyes of the man who was born blind. And then he asked the man born blind to go to Siloam, to the pool, and to wash with even more life-giving water. And the man can see. He who had been born blind now has sight. Something he didn't even know existed is now his. He can see. It took two people to effect this miracle. It took the God-man who invited the blind man to trust and to hope. Go, wash. It took the blind man who did hope and who did trust and who stumbled his way over to the pool of Siloam to wash off the paste that Jesus created from the dust of the earth and a bit of life-giving water. And suddenly, he who did not even know what sight could be is no longer blind. Now he can see. And what is it that he sees? He sees the self-assured blindness of the Pharisees. He sees the fear-induced blindness of his parents. He sees the holier-than-thou blindness of those people who said to him that you are blind because you're a sinner. As if for some reason or other, being born blind is that man's own fault. But the man born blind sees something more. He can see through all of that blindness that surrounds him in people who are supposedly sighted, and he can see the goodness of God present. Certainly in the person of the God-man, Jesus, who invited him to trust and to hope. Certainly, he can see through the fear-induced blindness of his parents to see the two that gave him life. Certainly, he sees through the self-assured blindness of the Pharisees and the holier-than-thou blindness of others that presented him with a challenge. A challenge that Jesus furthers. Go, wash. And he can now see. As we read this gospel from St. John, Mother Church, on this fourth Sunday in Lent, is inviting us into the same conversion, the same trusting, the same faith as the man born blind. We are invited to take the dust of the earth mixed with a little bit of life-giving water. And we are invited to wash so that we too might truly see. So that we too can get rid of the blindness that has affected us. Our self-assurance, our fear, our holier-than-thou attitude. All these things, which our culture holds as so very, very sacred, we are invited to be washed clean and to see through the blindness around us, to trust, to hope, to live, and to accept the miracle of sight. To truly see the goodness of God in all of creation, in every person, in ourselves.